His son is James Davis Jr.
Okay, thanks. James Davis? Do we have a deputy there? Hopefully.
Or PD.
Do we have a PD there?
Or PD? Somebody?
Hey.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. What's your name?
Hector Romero with the Public Defender's Office, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. I'm doing shelters, and we
Okay.
should have a James Davis there.
Is there a James Davis here? They're checking on it right now, Your Honor.
James Davis?
Thank you.
He's on the shelter docket.
Yes.
What page? Does she know what page? Do they know what page?
Is he on the shelter docket or on the regular magistrate docket, Your Honor?
He's on the shelter docket, so this is the only shelter I have today.
Yeah.
Let's talk to you.
We don't have a shelter. We don't have a shelter.
We don't. They're informing me they don't have a shelter docket here at the main jail, Your Honor.
Okay.
Do they have a Davis?
But they're looking in their computer system right now to see if he's located in Maine.
Is he in custody for something else? We have James Davis on the docket.
Right.
Yes.
That's him?
Okay.
What page?
It looks like he's
Yes.
on the docket on page...
He's coming up, Your Honor.
Perfect, thank you.
In jail.
What page, Your Honor? Oh, that was the shelter docket.
Guys, we don't want you guys to go out there and
Thank
see
you.
on this, because you're gonna miss your chance. We're not gonna run around looking for you. Don't go out there and have somebody go to sleep. Bathroom and come back.
All right, you're James Davis?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we're conducting a shelter hearing. In the interest of Sophia Davis and James Davis Jr. I've reviewed the paperwork
I did.
and
Everybody for the may I have Ms. Bushong put under oath.
now she needs to be sworn since the affidavit's not sworn. Raise your right hand, please.
Who's she talking to?
What's your name, ma'am?
Kathleen Bushong, Broward Sheriff's Office, Child Protections.
Okay, I'm going to hand you an affidavit in compliance with Uniform Child Custody Jurisdiction and Enforcement Act, and ask you if you sign that document. Thanks.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay. Are you still in agreement with the allegations you made on that document?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so let's proceed.
Thank you. Your Honor, at this time, I also do need to inform the father that he is entitled to counsel at every stage of the proceedings, and we can have this matter set to tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. in order for him to have the counsel appointed.
Mr. Davis, did you hear that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to reset this matter for tomorrow so that you can have counsel? Or are you waiving that right and wish to go forward today?
Yes, I want to reset it.
Okay, it gets reset till tomorrow.
So we are asking at this time for probable cause to be found for shelter purposes at least, in order for the children to remain in Department of Care and Custody. There are no parents or custodians available to take care of the children.
I do find probable cause. The matter's reset for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Know about the other reason I'm here.
Give Carrie a few minutes about the other one.
Has to wait on his misdemeanor.
You have to wait for the next case, sir. Okay, are we ready to start?
Judge, if you just have a minute to let everybody in the courtroom, I'll have the deputy to let everybody in, because I know in the first couple of cases there are victims here, okay?
Are we putting him back where he was in the pile?
Probably, yeah.
Did they do?
coming in.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
It's right here.
Gary, tell me when you have everyone. Okay.
Good luck.
Mine's in here, Judge.
Sorry?
Yes, Judge.
Everything good?
Yes.
Maylene Gonzalez.
She's here present in Maine, Your Honor. Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to speak to her.
Yes, sir?
Your Honor, Ms. Gonzalez has advised me that she's been living in South Florida her whole life. To ease any of the court's concerns, she does not live with the victim, Your Honor. This is her first charge ever, Your Honor. She's currently employed. She works in waste management, making $10 an hour. She's been working there for the past 3 years. She has no money in the bank, no property. I would ask you to consider pretrial release.
Qualified for pretrial release? I didn't hear you, Marty. I missed it.
This is an HR charge, it's not one that will recommend for release. However, if the court is placed her on pretrial, we'll supervise her.
All right. Ms. Gonzalez, you are charged with touching or striking, battery as a result of domestic violence. I do find probable cause. Bond is set at $1,000.
Your Honor, the listed victim, I was just looking for him. He had stepped outside. I can. He's here.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Put him under oath.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your name for the mistake.
Roman Sender. Roman Sender.
Thank you.
Okay. What do you wish to say, sir?
I was trying to get the stay away order removed.
I don't know about a stay away order.
Excuse me?
I don't know about a stay away
Oh,
order.
no.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, no. I'm trying to help her out. She should have never been arrested.
Okay. I have found probable cause. I'm setting bond at $1,000.
Your Honor, one further request from the defense. Could you sign a picture allowing the public defender's office to take pictures of Ms. Gonzalez's injuries?
That is granted, sir.
Thank you. Okay, have a seat.
Excuse me?
She did order no contact.
No contact?
Your Honor, you've heard from the victim. He actually requested you lift the restraining order. I believe that's what he was talking about.
Yes,
So I believe from that I can speculate that he's in no fear. We would be asking you to not impose a no contact order, Your Honor.
Thank you. That request is denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
So that's it, I'm done?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Declan Davidson.
Ms. Davidson, come on up. Your Honor, in speaking with Ms. Davidson, she's been residing here in South Florida her whole life. She's not working. She's a stay-at-home mom. To alleviate any of the court's concerns, she has a separate place to reside other than with the alleged victim. She has one child who's 5 months old. She has no money in the bank, no property. If they can confirm this is her first charge ever, we'd be asking you to consider pretrial. As a general rule, I know pretrial does not ever request anybody for pretrial on a domestic situation, but typically at magistrates, they are placed on pretrial if they have no prior record and the case merits it, Your Honor. So we'd be asking you to consider pretrial.
Your Honor, I don't see anything in Broward.
Typically just one with the yoga, and then go in.
Either go for your own or go for
Okay, I'm setting bond at $100 with pretrial release,
I don't know.
no contact
She wouldn't have
with
done
the
that, I'm not sure.
alleged. Have that in the other orders.
Yes, and one of our orders, Judge, the bond order is with no contact.
Okay, so I don't need to do it over there. Okay. Thanks. Lylene Tyler?
Miss Lelaine Hire? How do you pronounce your last name?
Leanne Hire.
Leanne Hire. Your Honor, Miss Hire's been residing in South Florida her whole life. She does have a separate place to reside other than with the alleged victim. Your Honor, she is employed. She works at Cage Bar and Grill as a server. She's been working there for the past 6 months, making $7 an hour. She owns no property. She is currently going to Broward College, Your Honor. She's going there Tuesdays and Thursdays for credits. We'd be asking you to consider pretrial release for Miss Hire.
Thank you. Are you here on her behalf?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's swear him.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your name for the record, please.
Zachary Fravel.
Thank you.
What do you wish to say, sir?
I believe her actions that night were reprehensible, but she is a genuinely good woman. I've never seen her act like that before. She has a good heart, and I just think that she lashed out, and her emotions got the best of her that night. And that's all I honestly had to say, Your Honor.
How long do you know her?
I've known her for about 1.5 years, Your Honor.
Are you the alleged victim?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, ma'am, you are charged with battery as a result of domestic violence. I will place you on pretrial release. I'm setting bond at $150. No contact.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You want these back, right?
Oh, you didn't go to me. Restroom? Yeah, go to the restroom. Oh, do you? 30? Give me a minute. What's your phone number? What's there?
She's at North Broward, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have the mark. Okay. Do it again.
Yeah, how do I switch around? It's not coming up on. Okay. Let's move on to Christina Giannoni.
She's also at North Broward, Your Honor.
North Broward.
Helen Vicas.
She's at Paul Ryan, Your Honor.
Okay. Carlos Sierra.
He's here at Maine, Your
I
Honor.
don't think they
Come on up,
heard
Mr.
you.
Sierra. Mr. Sierra.
Mr. Sierra?
Yes, Your Honor. He's here. He's been
Christina
residing here.
Giannoni.
I didn't hear you, sir.
No, Ms. Giannoni, we're not on your case right now. We're on
They
Mr.
called
Sierra.
other people.
Okay, Mr. Sierra, you are charged with battery, domestic violence. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause.
Your Honor, I have information to share.
Go ahead, sir.
In speaking with Mr. Sierra, he's been residing here in South Florida his whole life. He does have a separate place to reside other than with the alleged victim, Your Honor. He's currently employed. He's been employed at Burger King for the past 3 months, Your Honor. He makes $8.50, no money in the bank, no property. This is his first charge ever. If the state can confirm that, Your Honor, we'd be asking for straight pretrial release.
Your Honor, I show a possession of cannabis in 2013, resisting without violence in 2013, Berg dwelling. So it's not that he's never been arrested. He's got priors. There was a Berg dwelling in 2010 with a grand theft, possession of cocaine in 2010. He served 345 days. Resisting without violence. Actually, no, skip that. And then there was also an 07 possession of cannabis with intent to sell. He did 3 months and had 2 years probation.
Thank you. Bond is set at $3,500. No contact with the alleged victim. Okay, how do I? Thank you. All right, let's go back to the regular docket. Alexis, Aleo Nicholas.
Who are you on your own? Okay, now we.
Are you Miss Aleo Nicholas?
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am. You are charged with aggravated battery, causing bodily injury or disability as a result of a domestic violence. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause.
I have information to share, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
And speaking with Miss Nicholas, Your Honor, she's been in South Florida for the past 2 years. She's currently unemployed. She advised me she's 8 months pregnant, Your Honor. She lives with her mother, so she does live separate and apart from the alleged victim, Your Honor. She has no money in the bank, no property, Your Honor. Considering her physical condition, Your Honor, we'd be asking you to consider pretrial release. I don't know if they can confirm that her priors are non-extensive.
I don't show any priors in Broward. I don't know if pretrial has anything else.
Thank you. Bond is set at $1,500. No contact with the alleged victim. Giannoni.
She's in North Broward, Your Honor.
North Broward.
Are you Miss Giannoni?
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am. With battery as a result of domestic violence. I do find probable cause. Sir, you're here on her behalf?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's
Yes, ma'am. Victor Mora.
What would you like to say, sir?
I would like to say I would like to have the charges dropped against her due to the fact that at the heat of the moment, I wasn't thinking clearly. She wasn't thinking clearly. And she's a very good person all around. She helps out me and my son so I can take him to doctor's appointments because I don't have a vehicle. And basically, she doesn't deserve this. Like I said, I wasn't thinking clearly at the heat of the moment.
Your Honor, also to elaborate a little bit more, I believe the child that they're referring to is 6 years old. He has autism, and Ms. Giannoni takes care of the child, takes him to and from whatever medical needs he requires. She's been residing in South Florida for the past 2 years, Your Honor, and I believe this is her first charge ever.
Okay.
I show no priors, Your Honor.
and I am ordering pretrial.
Is Your Honor, ordering no victim contact?
No,
So there's no contact?
no, I'm not ordering that.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Thank you, sir.
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Thank you very much. You guys have a good weekend.
Helen Nikas.
Paul Ryan.
Paul Ryan, Your Honor.
Ms. Nikas?
Hi,
Are you Ms. Nikas?
I am.
Are you able to hear me well?
Yes, I am.
Ms. Nikas, you are charged with domestic battery by strangulation, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, without intent to do harm. This is as a result of dating violence, and there's a hold for you.
It's the ROR. And the life.
I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit with regards to counts 1 and 2. I do find, well, with regards to all the counts, I find probable cause. And
Your Honor, in speaking with Ms. Nikas, she does not live with the alleged victim. She has a separate place, and she's been residing here in South Florida for the past 1.5 years. We'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond.
Your Honor, we'd be asking for some bond that she attacked her daughter, and it says here that the daughter was afraid. And the only reason why the incident stopped was because somebody else was able to restrain the defendant.
no, I read the probable cause affidavit. What's your recommendation on bond?
Your Honor, 10,000?
Thank you. With regards to count 1, bond is set at $3,000. With regards to count 2, bond is set at $7,500. You are to have no contact with the alleged victim.
Okay.
Bernadine,
He's here at Maine, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Demastel.
Demastel.
Demastel, where?
Maine?
Mr. Demastel?
Yes?
Good morning. Mr.
Morning.
Demastel, you are charged with domestic violence, actually violating a domestic violence injunction.
Your Honor, Mr. Demastel's been in South Florida for the past 23 years. He has no property, has no money in the bank. However, he does work. He works in construction, making $8 an hour. He does live in a separate location than where the victim lives, Your Honor. We'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond.
Why are there 2 counts? They look the same to me.
Violation, the other one.
It just says one of them is looks like one is willful and one is just a regular violation of an injunction. I don't know what the difference would be.
I read the probable cause affidavit. They look like one and the same.
They're 2 different statutes.
I'm going to find probable cause with regards to,
Because he violated, and then he willfully violated. Those are 2 different things. Because you can violate an injunction without it being willful.
does the public defender's office have anything to say?
Yeah, just like you said, it just says that on June 5th, 2015, it looks like it's the same incident. I don't know why it's charged as 2. It looks like there should be PC for the second count, if it happened on the same day.
Your Honor, the defendant also is out on bond on a case, burglary dwelling unarmed, just to let you know.
And is there an injunction right now, an outstanding injunction?
I'm looking, Judge.
The PC affidavit says that there should be a restraining order in force, which expires not until 8/2.
Based on that, Your Honor, I'd say there is, but I'm just looking in Odyssey to see what I can find. I show one with from January of this year. Natalie Dubrog. And it's based on another domestic violence incident.
All right, thank you. I find probable cause with both counts. Count 1 is domestic violence. Injunction, willful violation. Count 2 is violating injunction. It looks like... All right, I do find probable cause with both counts. Bond is set.
Judge, if I may, I was just handed a copy of an order of dismissal of temporary injunction for protection domestic violence between Natalie DeBoard and the defendant. I don't know which judge has signed it, but it was printed right on August. Sure. May I approach?
Sure.
I just show the state.
Okay, I am looking at a final order of dismissal of temporary injunction signed on May 25th, 2015 by Judge Goldenberg. Is that the second count? Would that be the second count?
It looks like, Judge, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be both unless the state can provide a valid, evidence of a valid injunction. It looks like any injunction against the defendant and the alleged victim looks like there isn't a valid one.
No. I find probable cause with regards to the alleged strangulation of victim before, but this was 6/5/2015. Obviously 3 months after Judge Goldenberg signed her order. So obviously this is a separate charge. So on count 1, I'm setting bond at $7,500, and count 2, is the state's position.
Your Honor, we'll defer to the court.
Okay, well, in light of Judge Goldenberg's order, he's released on his own recognizance on that.
And is Your Honor going to revoke the bond on the burglary case, Your Honor?
Gonna get to those in just a
The Joint PC S account too, or you just ROR them?
I'm gonna ROR. With regards to, tell me about the burglary of a dwelling.
Your Honor, he's out on, bond for that case. It's incident from January, in front of Judge, give me just a second.
While you're looking, I'm also gonna wanna know what his bond is on that case.
It is in front of Judge Bober, and his bond is, said the bond amount was $1,000.
Okay, he's to be held without bond and taken before Judge Bober.
What's the case number, Your Honor?
Case number 15001354 CF10A.
Gonzalez, Pablo.
All right, Michelet, Lefebvre.
Mr. LaFair requires a Creole interpreter, Your Honor.
Okay.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to interpret from Creole to English, from English to Creole, to the best of your ability?
I do. Marilyn Leroy, Leroy,
You-
Creole interpreter.
You can hire your own attorney.
Good morning.
All right, Michelet, Lefebvre.
Michel Lefebvre?
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Bonjour, monsieur.
You have been
Bonjour.
charged with battery as a result of a domestic violence causing bodily harm. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause.
Mwen revize tout bagay, wè ke ou te baton moun ki la kayou, moun ko konen, e pi le fini ou frape moun nan, ou so mwen ou gen ase gen rezon.
Your Honor,
Gen cause pou yo te arete ou, eskize.
Your Honor, in speaking with Mr. LaFair, Your Honor, he's been residing here in South Florida for 15 years. He has a separate place to reside other than with the victim. He has no money in the bank, no property. He is employed working at Chili's, making $10 an hour. We'd ask you to set a reasonable bond.
Le pala avek ou gen des ane te ke pou habite nan sud Floride la, epi le fini ou gen lot kote ou kapab habite, epi ou wap travay nan Chili, wap fe $10 l'heure, ap mande pou yo ba ou un caution ki rezonable pou ka sorti.
Thank you. Bond is set. I do find probable cause. Bond is set at $3,500. No contact with the alleged victim.
Oui, mwen jwen ke te gen rezon ke te arete ou, epi le fini caution se $3,500, epi le fini moun nan ou te frape ap, pi ka kontakte l, pa relel, pa ekril, pa voye komisyon pou li, pa fe anye, pa kontakte l du tout nan ken jan.
Thank you, ma'am. Miguel Ortiz.
Thank you.
You're done. Mr. Ortiz, Miguel Ortiz, come on up. How old are you, Mr. Ortiz?
19.
19, okay.
All right, Mr. Ortiz, you are charged with battery as a result of domestic violence causing bodily injury. I do find probable cause.
Your Honor, Mr. Ortiz has been residing in South Florida for the past 15 years. He's 19 years old. He's currently employed. He works at Advanced Auto Parts, making $9 an hour. He has a separate place to reside other than with the alleged victim. He has no money in bank, no property. This is his first charge ever, Your Honor. And he has a 6-month-old child that he helps financially provide for. We would ask you to set, release him pre-trial release.
Thank you. What's the state's position?
Your Honor, I don't see any priors in Broward for this young man, but I'd be asking for a $5,000 bond.
$5,000. No contact with the alleged victim. Diamond Smith.
He's here at Maine, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith,
Good morning, Your Honor.
you are charged with battery as a result of domestic violence. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause.
Repeat my.
Your Honor, you said you didn't find probable cause?
I do find probable cause.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Mr. Smith's been in South Florida for the past 30 years. He's currently unemployed. He has no money in the bank, no property. I believe from what he told me, he has no prior adjudications, Your Honor. We'd ask you to consider a reasonable bond, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I don't show any priors in Broward.
Bond is set at $500. No contact with the alleged victim.
Your Honor.
He wanted to say thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Due to my.
Yo.
Okay,
Yes, he's here, Your Honor.
good morning, sir.
One.
Okay, sir, you are here as a result of a habeas felony battery with prior conviction, and you are to be held no bond. I do find probable cause.
Judge, it seems that this is a change of, well, sorry, not a change of charge, but a misdemeanor upgrade. I believe you still have discretion to
I believe my colleague is right, Your Honor. In speaking with Studermeyer, he's been residing here for the past 7 years. He's working at McDonald's, making $9 an hour, Your Honor. We'd ask you to consider a reasonable bond.
Your Honor, he also has a battery from 2012. One count was time served, the other count was 60 days jail, 12 months probation, and a cannabis from 2011. We'd be asking for a $5,000 bond.
Bond is set at $5,000. No contact with the alleged victim.
His conviction? I don't show. Oh, okay. And it seems like he also has a prior domestic conviction from Palm Beach County, Your Honor.
Okay, bond is set at $5,000. Jay? Corey?
Jay Jagori is here, present, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Top of the morning to you, Judge.
Sir, you are charged with aggravated battery.
Yeah, permiso, ma'am.
Aggravated battery causing harm as a result of
Lo único que yo quiero, señor, es que es iniciar acá. Es un cuarto para
by threat of a public
hay que
official,
tome siempre telefonista.
public servant or his or her family. Count 3, violating your probation. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause. And bond is set with regards to count 1. Bond is set at $5,000. with regards to
I'm here to split the get my own.
2,
Right there.
bond is set at $3,500. And with regards to count 3, you're to be held no bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Not
Thank you,
to
Judge.
have any contact with the alleged victim.
This way. Levy Wilson? Oh.
Mr. Wilson, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilson, you are charged with child abuse without great bodily harm. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause.
Your Honor, in speaking with Mr. Wilson, he's currently not employed, Your Honor. He has no money in the bank, no property. I believe this is his first charge ever. He has a separate place to reside other than with the alleged victim. He can live with his sister, Your Honor. We'd be asking you to, considering his lack of prior history, we'd ask you to consider reasonable bond.
What's the state's position?
Your Honor, I don't see any priors in Broward. We'd be asking for a $5,000 bond and no victim contact.
I'm ordering no victim contact. Bond is set at $3,500.
Okay.
Leonard Mackey.
Mr. Mackey?
Mr. Mackey?
How you doing, Your Honor?
Good morning, sir. Mr. Mackey, you are charged with possession with intent to sell, manufacture, deliver cannabis within 1,000 community center park. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $5,000.
You're done. 5,000.
John Adesta.
Paul Ryan, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Honorable Judge Powell.
Good morning, ma'am. Ms. Desta.
Yes, ma'am.
I have before me 4 capiouses. For petty theft, driving with a suspended driver's license, petty theft, and bond is set as follows. On the petty theft, $500. On the driving while license suspended, $250. On the second petty theft, $100. And on the third petty theft, $500.
Ma'am, if I may ask,
Find probable cause. What did you want to say?
3 of those cases are closed, Your Honor. They were Jane Doe cases. I had just left the clerk Friday. She explained to me specifically that they were only closed on the clerk of court's website. She said if you go on the website, you'll see the 3 cases closed, but the other terminal that you guys use, they were not closed. She said they weren't closed properly. She instructed me to show up at 10:30 tomorrow with the deposition papers I got from court when the 3 cases were closed. I don't know if you can see Jane Doe, but if you go into the Broward Clerk website and type in my name, you'll see that those 3 are closed. Only 1 of them are active. I didn't bond out hoping to see a judge Saturday, hoping that someone could shed some light or even may have, if possible, correct the issue. I don't know about them being reopened. I know they were closed. They're old. The only one that's active that I was just made aware of is the case that took place of November 5th of 2014. But the other 3 were Jane Doe cases from what I was told.
Do you have any information with regards to?
Your Honor, I see that there are there's a 2011 resisting without and some other charges that was a Jane Doe, a 2012 for a theft that was a Jane Doe. That is one of the capiases on this. The other ones don't. The 2013 one also shows on this as a Jane Doe. But I don't, it doesn't appear that all of these have been resolved or they're not all invalid.
Properly.
Okay, ma'am, you're gonna have to go before your assigned judge, and you can do that next week. Right now, what I have in front of me, I do find probable cause. I don't have enough information otherwise.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Kathy Akins.
She's here at Maine, Your Honor.
Ms. Akins, you are charged with trespass.
Not again, station.
You're charged with trespass, failing to leave property in order to do so by the owner. I do find probable cause. Bond is set at $25.
Your Honor, in speaking with Ms. Akins, she advised me if you would consider resolving her case today to a time served.
Sir, what order was y'all in?
There was a 2013 battery on a child, 180 days. She served for that one. Prior to that, it's 2007. It's a grand theft where she had 2 years probation. 2007 grand theft, again 2 years probation. 2005 possession of cocaine, cannabis, and resisting without violence, where she served 10 months. And there's some part. How far back do you want me to go?
Okay. The court is not extending an offer to Ms. Akins.
You got
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, that's it.
Felicia Taylor.
She's coming up, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Taylor. Ms. Taylor, you are charged with battery on an officer, firefighter, or EMT, possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, resisting officer, without violence, tampering with or fabricating physical evidence. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause.
Your Honor, in speaking with Ms. Taylor, I don't know if the state can confirm this. This is her first charge ever, Your Honor. She just got a job. She's going to be employed with Lynn University. She starts next week. We'd be asking you to consider a reasonable bond, Your Honor. Or a pretrial release and the alternative, Your Honor, for all the counts.
Your Honor, I don't show any priors in Broward.
Are you a veteran? Any children? No. Okay. Well, good luck with the job.
Bond is set as follows. On count 1, court sets bond at $1,000. Count 2, $1,000. Count 3 and 4, $100 each. And count 5, $1,000. In addition to that, pretrial release. Thank you. Marie Cadet.
Medical
Yeah,
reset?
She needs a
That's
medical
it.
reset?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Francine Messidou.
North Broward?
North Broward, Your Honor.
Ms. Messidou?
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you are charged with purchase of BP. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit and
Your Honor, I have spoken with Ms. Messidou. Your Honor, she's been here in South Florida her whole life, Your Honor. She has a place to stay. She's been residing in the city of Fort Lauderdale for the past 6 years. She has no money in the bank, no property. She has 5 kids that she takes care of, Your Honor. She does receive child support in order to take care of the kids. We'd be asking for pre-trial release, Your Honor.
Your Honor, she has a resisting without in 2005. She got time served, possession of cannabis in 03, and another possession of cannabis where she got time served in 03. Nothing pretty much since then.
So this is her first felony offense, Your Honor.
okay, pre-trial release.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's the name? Ramirez? All I have is
We don't have our paperwork either. He can go grab it, but it's gonna take us a minute.
okay, let's do this so that we don't spend time not doing things. So we'll come back to her if the clerk finds the paperwork. But right now, I want to do LaShonda Cummings.
Cummings?
Cummings is north.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Cummings. Ma'am, you are charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, without the intent to kill, resisting officer, or obstruction without violence. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause.
Your Honor, Ms. Cummings has been residing in South Florida her whole life. She's currently unemployed, no money in the bank, owns
But
no
I didn't
property,
intend to
Your
harm
Honor.
anybody.
Ma'am, don't talk about the facts of your case. We'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond.
Your Honor, she has, she's a theft from '04 where she served 53 days. She has robbery, no weapon from '03 where she served a year and a day. And that's it for priors. We'd be asking for $5,000 bond.
Thank you. Having found probable cause, bond is set at $5,000. No contact with the alleged victim. Okay, and we were able to locate the paperwork on Zena Ramirez. If we want to call her up.
What page is she on, Your Honor?
North Broward?
Page 19.
19.
Your Honor, we don't have ours from yesterday. I'm just gonna take a look.
Your Honor, I did have a chance to speak with Ms. Ramirez. Your Honor, in speaking with Ms. Ramirez, Your Honor, she lives in Hallandale with her cousin. She's 19 years old. She's unemployed. She did go to school at Dolphin Park High School, which is, I believe, in Miramar, Your Honor. She has no money in the bank, no property, Your Honor. We'd be asking you, considering this is a municipal ordinance, and I believe we have no city prosecutor, we'd be asking you to consider ROR, Your Honor, and appoint an attorney to represent Ms. Ramirez.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, she's to be released on her own cognizance. Thank you.
And you're appointing counsel, Your Honor?
If the public defender's office doesn't represent her, who would?
It would be depending on the city she got. She was arrested in, Your Honor. If it's in here, Fort Lauderdale, I believe the contract is Mr. Jara McLawrence. I believe if it's in Hollywood, I believe it's Stephen Shea, Your Honor.
Okay.
I don't know what city.
All right, I'll appoint counsel for her.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
North Broward, medical reset.
On who? Oh, Diversity Medical Reset? Okay. Diversity Med Reset.
Anita Ware?
North Broward.
Ms. Ware? You are charged with possession of cocaine. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause. Bond is set at $1,000.
So I find out all of the. So my bond is $1,000.
Yes.
What is $1,000?
Esther Edison.
Who?
Esther Edison.
Oh, Esther Edison, page 10. Miss Edison.
Is she at North Broward?
Main jail, Your Honor.
Thank you. Miss Edison, good morning. You are charged with 4 counts. Count 1, possession of cocaine. Count 2, possession of drug paraphernalia. Count 3, resisting officer without violence. And then you're charged in a 4th count with violating a municipal ordinance. I define probable cause, bond.
Your Honor, in speaking with Miss Edison, she is 63 years old. She's been here in South Florida her whole life. Financially, she has no financial resources, Your Honor. we'd be asking you to consider ROR on all the counts. On count 4, it is a municipal ordinance, Your Honor. We'd be also asking you, besides the ROR, to appoint counsel on count number 4, Your Honor.
What do her priors look like?
Your Honor, she is resisting without from earlier this year, March, where she got time served. She has a resisting without. She has 1, 2, 3 resisting without from last year, all time served. She got 90 days for possession of cocaine for last year, resisting without. Also last year, time served, 2012, again, resisting without, time served. And then everything after that is 07 or older.
Thank you. With regards to count 1, bond is set at $1,000. The remaining counts are ROR.
And on count 4, will you appoint counsel, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
And, Your Honor, would you sign an order having Miss Edison medically screened? I believe she does have some physical ailments, so if she could be medically screened, Your Honor.
Brandon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Tony and Twan. Tony and Twan.
Here, present at me.
You
Morning.
are charged with 1 count of grand theft, more than $300, less than $5,000. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause. Bond is set at $1,000. Cody Jean Edwards.
North Broward, I believe, Your Honor.
Medical reset, Your Honor.
Thank you.
North Broward, I believe.
Kamisha Douglas.
Yes. Paul Ryan, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We can't hear anything, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I looked at Kamisha Douglas's probable cause affidavit. What's the state's position?
Your Honor, I do remember speaking with private counsel, but I didn't recall it being this particular case. I thought it was a different defendant.
I think I'm locking that down anyway.
Your Honor?
Your Honor, may I say something?
I suggest you talk to the attorney.
Your Honor, on Kamisha Douglas, I don't have the paperwork as far as the initial probable cause affidavit to support probable cause, but if this is her first appearance at magistrate court, Your Honor, and this is not a capias, she's entitled to bond unless the state moves to foreclose bond, and then if that's the case, Your Honor, that would trigger a Preston hearing in which Your Honor would have to make a finding that proof is evident, presumption is great, in order to hold Ms. Douglas no bond on the counts.
The paperwork that's in front of me includes a warrant to arrest her signed by Judge Haynes for the 3 counts that she's before the court, and he has found that no bond is appropriate. She needs to be brought before Judge Haynes.
Your Honor, for the record, I believe what this was, the officer submitted affidavit for the judge to sign off on the warrant. That's why the warrant was issued. Now that this matter is before you, the defense position is that she's still entitled to a bond unless Your Honor finds proof evident, presumption great. So at this time, the defense would be objecting on an order holding Ms. Douglas no bond on the following counts without that finding being made, Your Honor.
I don't care what the court told them to.
Okay, well, I do have the warrant to arrest.
Okay.
Okay, State, want to say anything?
Your Honor, we would be in agreement with your original ruling that she be held no bond and before Judge Haynes.
Okay, having reviewed the arrest, the warrant to arrest and the arrest affidavit, she is to be held no bond and taken before Judge Haynes.
The defense still makes its original defense objection, Your Honor.
Can you get your speakers ready to go?
Thanks, one.
Neil Francis.
He's here in Maine, Your Honor.
Mr. Francis, you're before the court pursuant to a capias on a charge of trespass upon a structure or conveyance. The court does find probable cause. Your bond is set at $500.
Thank you.
North Broward.
Good morning, Your Honor. Spanish interpreter present.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to interpret from Spanish to English, from English to Spanish to the best of your ability?
I will. Luis Angela Lopez, LOPEZ, Spanish interpreter for the courthouse. You're welcome.
Mr. Vives, you're before the court as a result of a capias
Señor Vives, usted está aquí ante la corte debido a una orden de captura
on a charge of drinking near a licensed establishment.
por estar supuestamente tomando cerca a un establecimiento con licencia.
The court does find probable cause. Your bond is set at $25.
La corte encuentra motivo fundado para detenerlo, le impone una fianza de $25.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Vinton Lofter.
¿Y no me van a soltar hoy?
Perdón,
Yo me entregué.
Vinton Lofter.
Sí.
The defendant seems
I'm sorry.
to be saying something.
What did he say?
Que yo me entregué porque quiero entrar. Me entregué porque quiero entrar a Camilo House y yo soy incapacitado.
Perdón, señor, por favor, the interpreter is not able to hear. ¿Qué es lo que está diciendo, señor?
Ok, que yo me entregué el viernes porque yo estoy incapacitado, quiero entrar a Camilo House y no tenía ese guarante y me entregué el viernes.
Un momento, señor. I surrendered on Friday because I am incapacitated and I wanted to enter into a program. The defendant named the program in English, but the interpreter was not able to understand what he said in English.
En Miami Beach.
Sir, you're going to go before your assigned judge and you can attempt to make those arrangements.
Señor, usted va a ir ante el juez que le han asignado y ahí podrá tratar de hacer los arreglos para eso.
¿Y para cuándo?
Gracias. But when?
Sir, you're going to have to talk to an attorney. Talk to your attorney.
Señor, usted va a tener que hablar con un abogado. Hablé con su abogado.
Thank you. Vinton
Gracias.
Ok, gracias.
Mr. Lofter?
Yes.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Lofter?
Morning.
You're before the court as a result of a habeas for driving while license suspended. I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $1,000. David Vargas.
Mr. Vargas?
How's it going?
Mr. Vargas, you are charged with 1 count of trespass upon property, neither a structure nor a conveyance. I do find probable cause. Bond is set at $25.
Your Honor, Mr. Vargas is financially indigent. Would you consider ROR?
What are his priors?
Your Honor, I wasn't able to pull them up. My system's acting up.
I don't get no.
Bond is set at $25.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Demetrius Warwick, you're welcome.
Mr. Warwick, come on up.
Mr. Warwick, you are charged
How you doing?
with 1 count of trespass, failing to leave the property after order from the owner. I do find probable cause. Bond is set at $25. Jovan Argueta.
How you doing, man?
Mr. Argueta?
Yes, ma'am.
North Broward? Mr. Argueta, you are charged with 4 counts, sir.
4 counts?
Criminal mischief. Count 2
Okay.
is driving while license suspended as a second offense, and there's 2 habeases. With regards to count 1 and 2, I do find probable cause. I'm looking at a habeas for operating without a valid driver's license.
I don't understand about the one without driving without the license because I wasn't driving. I woke up from the car accident and then...
Sir, please don't talk about the facts of your case.
Stay. Me by 3 and 4 have the same case numbers. Two different charges, but I only found, oh, I'm sorry, I found, those cases, sir, are, count 1, operating without a valid driver's license, count 2 is unlawful, having an unlawful tag or sticker attached to your vehicle. Bond is set as follows: count 1, $1,000, count 2, ROR, count 3, $250, count 4, $50.
Did you increase the bond on the morning? I know that's what you did.
No, that's what I meant to say, if I said anything
You
different.
said 1,000.
No, 100, I'm sorry. Thank you, ma'am. Frank Humphrey.
You finna do shit.
Frank Humphrey?
You got your own dog and no shirt talking shit. No, show your...
Mr. Humphrey.
He's here present, Your Honor?
Morning, sir. That was issued for a trespass upon a structure or conveyance. And you are to be held no bond. On that charge, I do find probable cause. No bond. Keith Smith.
Yes, sir.
Keith Smith. Mr. Smith?
Mr. Smith, you're before the court on a purpose as a result of petty theft. I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $500. Daniel Forrest.
Mr. Forrest?
Hey, lock her on out the door.
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you?
He's in North Broward, Your Honor.
Thank you.
North Broward?
Good morning. Mr. Capers, you're before the court as a result of a capias that was issued for trespass. Your bond is set at $500. Maybe find probable cause.
Ma'am, my court date never showed up online or anything. Like, I never was told I had a court date to go to. I never knew until they picked me up.
You're gonna have to talk to your lawyer, sir. All right, James Davis.
Mr. Davis?
Mr. Davis, you're before the court as a result of a capias on a petty theft. I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $500. Milo Wilson.
Mr. Wilson? How long?
Mr. Wilson, you are before the court charged with one count of stalking, by way of following, harassing, cyber stalking. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause.
Your Honor, in speaking with Mr. Wilson, he's been residing here in South Florida for the past 40 years. He's currently employed in Gourmet Gardens, Your Honor. He's been working there for a couple of years, Your Honor. He makes $10 an hour. We'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond.
Your Honor, I show, in terms of, there was a possession of cannabis in '09 where he got 12 months probation. Prior to that, the charges that he had was a armed kidnapping, 130 months in prison.
Say that again?
It was in '96, but it was an armed kidnapping where he served 130 months. We'd be asking for at least $3,000.
Thank you. All right, having found probable cause, bond is set at $3,000. No contact with the alleged victim. Actually, with the alleged victims, since it's more than one in this case. James Pono?
James Pownell? He's coming up, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Pownell, this is a municipal ordinance. We'd be asking you to consider ROR, considering there's no city prosecutor present, Your Honor, and to appoint counsel to represent Mr. Pownell.
My first school.
Does he have any priors?
Your Honor, I couldn't find any in Broward.
This is, in speaking with Mr. Pownell, this is his first charge ever.
Okay, sir, I did find probable cause. Bond is set at $25. And I am appointing counsel.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jameson Bienami?
He's here present, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you're before the court as a result of 4 capiases. They are as follows. Possession of cannabis under 20 grams, resisting or obstructing without violence, driving with suspended driver's license, and battery. I do find probable cause. Bond is set as follows. On the possession of cannabis, $2,000. On count 2, ROR. On count 3, ROR. On count 4, which is the battery, $100.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Very go.
Coming up, Your Honor.
Mr. Fair, you are charged with 4 charges. Count 1 is driving while license suspended, your second offense. Count 2 is driving with an expired driver's license that's over 6 months. Number 3 is failure to wear a seatbelt. And then counts 4 and 5 are KPSs, and they are traffic offenses. And those KPSs are 1, driving while license suspended, and the second one is unlawful license tag or sticker attached to your vehicle. I do find probable cause. Bond is set as follows. Count 1, $100. Count 2 and 3, ROR. Count 4, $500, and count 5, $500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ramon,
Brown, do you speak English? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see that. Sir, you are charged with 1 count, and it's a KPS misdemeanor, resisting or obstructing without violence. I do find probable cause. Bond is set at $500. Louis McRae.
He's here. Mr. McRae? How you doing, sir?
Mr. McRae, you are charged with 1 count of trespassing an occupied structure or conveyance. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $100. Alex Johnson.
That's it? You're done? Okay, go ahead. Mr. Johnson's here present. It is a municipal ordinance. We'd be asking Your Honor to consider ROR and to appoint counsel on Mr. Johnson's behalf, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. We're here before the court as a result of the case wherein you are charged with trespass. I am finding probable cause. Bond is set at $100. I am appointing counsel to represent you. Anthony Booker. Do we have Mr. Booker?
Mr. Booker? Anthony? He's here, Your Honor.
Mr. Booker, you're before the court as a result of a KBS on an underlying charge of possession of cannabis under 20 grams. So,
What?
probable cause. Your bond is set at $500.
Okay, you're done.
Pablo Gonzalez.
Pablo Gonzalez? Your Honor, we need a Spanish interpreter for Mr. Gonzalez.
Mr. Gonzalez, you are before the court charged with 2 counts.
Señor González, usted está aquí ante la corte con 2 acusaciones.
Count 1 is driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs. This is your first offense.
La primera acusación es de estar conduciendo bajo los efectos de bebidas alcohólicas o drogas, y es la primera vez que lo acusan de esto.
The second count is operating without a valid driver's license.
La segunda acusación es de operar un vehículo sin una licencia válida.
I do find probable cause with regards to both counts.
Encuentro motivo fundado en cuanto a las 2 acusaciones.
Your bond is set as follows. On count 1, one, $500. On count two, released on your own recognizance.
La fianza que le impone la señora juez es la siguiente. Para la primera acusación, $500. Para la segunda acusación, lo dejan en libertad bajo su propia responsabilidad.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Thomas? Paul Thomas? Come on, Mr. Thomas. He's coming up, Your Honor. Okay.
Are you Mr. Thomas? Are you Mr. Thomas?
He's here present, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Thomas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Thomas, you're charged with one count of trespass on property, neither a structure nor a conveyance. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit.
Your Honor, Mr. Thomas did advise me 2 days ago he was involved, I believe, in an auto accident, Your Honor. He's getting treatment on the outside. Considering that he doesn't have the financial resources to post the $25, would you consider ROR?
What are his priors?
Your Honor, he has 2 times served on trespasses from earlier this year. Time served on an LNP resisting without in 2012. Time served on a trespass in 2010.
Thank you. I do find probable cause. Bond is set at $25.
Considering that, would Your Honor sign an order having Mr. Thomas medically screened?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's granted.
Thank you. Okay.
Ismael Brutus.
Mr. How do you pronounce your last name? Brutus? Brutus. Okay. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Brutus, you're here before the court charged with battery, 1 count of battery. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit, and I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $1,000. Timothy Hampton.
Epson, correct?
Mr. Emden, you're before the court as a result of 2 habeases. They are for underlying charges of driving with a suspended driver's license, your first offense, and count 2, failure to register your vehicle. I do find probable cause on count 1. Your bond is set at $2,000. On count 2, your bond is set at $50.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Dustin Letier.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Letier, you're before the court on charged with 4 counts. Count 1 is petty theft, 2nd degree. Your first offense, count 2, is the attached registration to your license plate was not assigned to it. Count 3 is failure to register your motor vehicle, and count 4 is operating without a valid driver's license. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause.
Your Honor, Mr. Letier did advise me he's financially indigent. He has no one to call to help him bond out on the $25 bond. Your Honor, he does have a place to stay. Would you consider pretrial release for Mr. Letier?
Your Honor, in terms of priors, 2011, he served 364 days for a Berg unoccupied dwelling and was given 3 years probation.
That was when?
That was in 2011.
Okay.
So this doesn't violate. And then also in 2009, he violated his probation for another attempted Berg dwelling and served 364 days. Then there was a resisting without in 2008, possession of cannabis 2008.
Your Honor, from what I hear correctly, I believe it's some of his priors are dated, Your Honor. Considering this is a 2nd degree, I believe misdemeanor, Your Honor. He's financially indigent. Would you consider pretrial release?
No pretrial taken? released on his own recognizance on 2, 3, and 4. Peter Gale.
Mr. Gale?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Gale.
Yes.
Mr. Gale, you're before the court charged with 1 count of trespass, failing to leave a property after being told by the owner to do so. I do find probable cause. Bond is set at $25.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Michael Finkelstein.
North Broward.
Tommy, hold on.
Mr. Finkelstein, sir, is that you?
Yes, I'm Dr. Finkelstein, actually.
Okay. Sir, you are charged with 1 count of petty theft.
Right.
I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit, and I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $100.
Okay, they put me in suicide watch for some reason. Why is that?
I have no idea. You would have to check with the jail.
Also, they do not give me my bond is $100.
Your bond is $100.
Your Honor, would you sign an order having
How do
him
I get
medically
off?
screened?
Can I go to the hospital?
Alright, what did I tell you?
All right, come on.
That's granted.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Leon, Tommy.
I got a case from.
Mr. Tommy?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Tommy, you are before the court charged with 2 counts. Count 1 is driving while license suspended, your first offense, and count 2, there is a capias. The underlying charge being driving while license suspended.
Your Honor, on the capias, does it show what date he missed court?
December 27th.
The capias is entered December 29, 2014.
That's what Mr. Tommy did advise me. He was incarcerated. He was serving, I believe, a prison sentence, and he just got released. When did he get released?
May 15th.
He got released from prison May 15th, Your Honor. So obviously, it wasn't willful. We'd be asking you on the case number 14014014 to release him on ROR, Your Honor.
Thank you.
If it checks out.
I'm sorry. We're on Leon Tommy.
Yes.
Leon Tommy.
Give me just a second, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Where do you practice?
Thank you.
Okay. Can he repeat the question, Your Honor?
What I'm being told is that when you missed court, and
Yes.
I'm looking at the capias, and it's signed December 29, 2014. Every week. At the time that he missed court, he was incarcerated somewhere else, and was released in May. You have any information to that effect?
I don't know that I'd be able to look anywhere other than Broward.
All right.
Was it a Broward case? Federal. It was a federal.
Okay.
It was a federal.
I do find probable cause with regards to both counts. On count 1, bond is set at $100. Count 2, bond is set at $500, and he's to take that up with his assigned lawyer.
Your Honor, considering that this may be a legitimate reason why the capias should have not been issued, would you consider, because it's June 16th, would you put him in front of Hurley for tomorrow at 1:30?
Is that the usual process, or does he go before his assigned judge? I think he needs to go before his assigned judge. I have found probable cause already.
Right, but if we can confirm he was incarcerated, it wasn't a willful miss, he should have not been issued a capias, and therefore he shouldn't be in a position to be held on $500 bond.
And can't he do that before his assigned judge?
Well, that's on June 16th, Your Honor. June 16th, and today I believe what's today's date? The 7th. That's 9 days, Your Honor.
Okay, that's fine. He can be brought before Judge Hurley.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge Hurley to.
You're giving him permission to review the bond and
I'm giving them permission to review the second count two.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
So
Thank you, Your Honor.
held $100 bond on count one.
Yeah.
Right, but count one is, I'm setting bond at $100.
Bond now.
And count two, I'm setting bond at $500 to be reviewed tomorrow by Judge Hurley. Okay, Kelly Davila.
Thank you.
Medical reset.
Thank you.
Nelson Clemente?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Clemente, you're before the court charged with grand theft.
You already know that right now.
I do find probable cause your bond is set at $1,000.
Done. Okay, you're done. 1,000. Mr. Jenkins?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Jenkins, you're before the court charged with 7 counts. They are as follows.